Welcome back to the channel, peeps. Today we have something different. We have a Titan Void build that excels at fun more than endgame, capable of clearing solo content up until legend difficulty with ease, having a 25% Void weapon damage buff at all times thanks to the reworked Doomfang Pauldron exotic gauntlets, capable of downing barrier champions in legend lost sectors before they have time to put their shields up, on top of abundant volatile explosions that heal you and weaken capabilities at a distance that stack with the 25% damage buff. Do not try this in a GM, you have been warned, as this build does not have a counter for barrier champions. Slap that like button if you do find this video informative at any stage. Let's begin. Let's kick things off with the exotic rework of the Doomfang Pauldron exotic gauntlets. Previously, they only used to grant super energy on melee kills and extend the duration of your super on shield throw. Now, on top of the previous functionality, the exotic now has an escalating chance to improve void weapon damage on multi-kills, roughly every 2 to 3 kills, which maxes out at ×4, effectively granting all void weapons a 25% damage buff that does not stack if the void weapon is overcharging endgame content. Getting melee kills will max out the stack, and getting void weapon kills at maximum stacks refreshes its 10-second duration. It's super fun to use now thanks to this rework. You can pair this exotic with most void weapons, Retrofit Escapade, Graviton Lance, Lemon Arc, just to name a few. Leviathan's Breath is one of my picks for this build, which also inherits the 25% damage buff from Doomfang, making it hit extremely hard, enabling the build to do DPS as well as stun unstoppable champions, taking roughly 2 to 3 shots to take down a champion, and in certain circumstances, 1 shot. We'll cover that shortly. You may or may not have seen my targeted redaction review from Season 21, where I called out that this weapon may become extremely powerful in PvE with the damage buffs to hand cannons, and it feels good to be right. Targeted redaction with outlaw and destabilizing rounds with reload perks turns it into a monster, capable of 2-tapping most red buff combatants in Legend and 1-tapping in anything below, with insane reload speed and spreading volatility on kill to nearby combatants. And if you're a Void Titan connoisseur, you may already know where I'm going with this. Lots of Void explosions. In endgame content, having Overload hand cannon equipped overcharges this weapon, stopping it from obtaining the 25% buff from Doomfang, as the artifact is already granting it that buff. Talking of overloads, it can stun them too, but it's flimsy and very hard to proc it, hence why I only use it for ad clear. Instead, use a Riptide or any stasis fusion in the kinetic slot with Chill Clip for overloads. This does unfortunately mean the build cannot counter barrier champions unless you manage to freeze them with Chill Clip. Please note, if you have Unstoppable Fusion enabled on the artifact, Chill Clip will not work, so make sure to remove it from the active perks first. For the Void build itself, we want efficiency when using powered melee abilities to get the ×4 Doomfang buff, and Shield Bash unfortunately doesn't provide that, sometimes failing to proc the perk at all. Although Shield Throw is not as strong, it consistently procs the buff. Then, aspects wise, I think you already know where this is going. Controlled Demolition causes void abilities and volatile damage to spread volatile to other targets, and detonating volatile targets restores health. This is where targeted redaction really shines thanks to destabilizing rounds, capable of spreading volatile at all times and causing chains of explosions, dealing significant damage to grouped up combatants. The final aspect is Offensive Bulwark, which grants increased melee damage when having a Void Overshield, with melee final blows extending the duration of Overshields. To get the Overshields, you could use weapons that roll perks such as Repulsor Brace. In the case of this build, Overshields come from the Vigilance Fragment, which grants Overshields when critically wounded and getting a kill, granting you a Get Me Out of Jail card, while Cessation spawns Void Breaches on defeating volatile targets. There will be plenty of those, with Starvation granting Devour on all pickup or breaches spawned by Cessation, with Persistence enhancing the duration of Devour and Overshields. So, to recap, getting kills with your melee grants a 25% damage buff to weapons, and on Void weapon kills, it refreshes the duration of the ×4 stack. Targeted redaction kills spread volatile to targets, allowing you to detonate them and spread even more volatile. Healing on detonation also, with high ability uptime thanks to spawn breaches, including your super, with Levy doing all the DPS. Are you enjoying this video? And you still with me? Great! Slap that like button to show your support for the channel, and if you are new, consider subscribing. Up next is notable armor mods for this build. Void Siphon will generate plenty of orbs for you when getting Void kills, with hands-on granting more super energy on shield melee kills. Getting said kills also spawn orbs thanks to heavy-handed, and invigoration and recuperation, granting melee energy and health on orb pickup respectively. A lot to take in? Do not worry, there will be a dim link in the description. Finally, artifact perks. We already covered the weapons, being Overload hand cannon only, as Unstoppable Fusion will interfere with Chill Clip, so we can go straight to the third column. Void Orbs will spawn every 2 to 3 Void weapon kills, and throwing these also make combatant volatile, and getting kills on combatants with these orbs has a chance to spawn heavy ammo thanks to the 5th column perk, Elemental Munitions. Picking up these orbs also grants ability energy thanks to refreshing pickups for your least charged ability. And finally, the weaken effect of this build, which stacks with the damage buff that Doomfang provides, Rapid Fire Ranger in the 5th column. Shooting a target with headshots at a distance of 30 meters or more weakens them, with targeted reduction being a 120 RPM, meaning having enhanced range, it takes 3 to 4 shots to weaken, enabling your damage output to drastically increase on said targets, such as champions. Leviathan's Breath, when with the 25% damage buff and the weaken effect, can one-shot champions. Throw this all together and you have a fun build that is new, not groundbreaking, but if you want to run the new seasonal activities or Lost Sector runs, this might be the Titan build you are looking for. That's it for this video. Uninterrupted gameplay to follow. Slap that like button if you made it to the end, and much more content to come, starting with the GM Warlock build that literally allows for infinite ignitions, extremely high well uptime, and just borderline insane. Do not miss this one if you have the Hierarchy of Needs exotic bow. This was Plasma Alchemist. Your viewership is much appreciated. Until next time, see you later.
Forever, Guardian!